The Frankly Speaking Roof Cam brought to you by Boss Security in Horseheads. Contact them today for all your business and home security needs. We are back broadcasting live from the Hesselson studio. In that studio this morning, Sheriff Jim Allard. Good morning.
Good morning, Frank. It is a beautiful day in Steuben County.
It is. We don't mind the heat. We can stand the heat.
We can stand the heat. It's not freezing. There's no snow or ice.
No, you
I'm
were able
kind
to.
of happy.
Yeah. So, of course, the cliche question to start off with: how's the garden?
The garden is really jumping. This
Yeah.
has been great weather for the
It
garden.
really has. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything new? How's everybody feeling about it?
So Officer Smith is the guy that's in charge of
Yeah.
it, and he is very happy with the way it's going.
Good. All right. So one of the things I want to hit on with you, just in general, at a personal level, but also for all of the viewers, how are you going to celebrate America 250, and how should others celebrate America 250?
You know, it's funny. I've been thinking a lot about this because obviously I remember the bicentennial,
Right.
and I remember the parades and the church dinners and all of the there was a lot of celebrations that went into that, and I was, I don't know, 10, 12 years old when that happened, and I remember being in parades and dressing up in colonial stuff, and I just don't see a whole lot going on other than a lot of flags.
Right. Yep.
So
it's kind of discouraging because even think about back then we had the coin even. Remember
Right.
we get the bicentennial
Yeah.
quarter?
Yeah.
Like you still see them sometimes.
Yep.
And but there was I've been watching video clips, and I think a lot of it's with the media. The news has been everything's been doom and gloom. in the
Yes.
news.
Well, yeah.
Every poll is horrible
Yes.
because they want to paint it against Trump. But if you look in 1976, there like you said,
it was so much worse.
Okay, there you go. Yeah.
It was so much worse.
But was it all? Did the media push that agenda? Like,
No.
no. It seemed like everybody's kind of rallying around.
Well, it's kind of interesting, and I don't want to get on a whole soapbox here, but in '76 you had the 3 networks in your local news.
Yes,
That's it.
that's true.
That's it.
Yeah.
And you might be one of those people that got the New York Times 3 days later in the mail.
Right. Isn't that
But
funny?
outside of that,
Yeah.
it was in this area, the Leader, the Star Gazette.
Yeah.
And then
the local outlets.
and very like where I grew up in Bradford, we got Syracuse or Rochester news.
Oh, that's
we didn't even get Elmira because it was all on antenna.
Yeah.
3 channels.
Isn't that wild?
And
it's a
so
little different
everything you got was the evening news. I mean, Walter Cronkite was it.
Yeah.
And
Isn't that wild?
it is wild. And now you look at the vast amount of information that folks have to go through, and you see it every morning as you're getting your news feeds.
yeah.
And so I think it was a different time in that we were much more focused on the bicentennial, and it was a good thing. I haven't heard of any real big celebrations.
No.
I know on Little Juanita Lake we're having having a boat parade
Oh, that'd
to
be fun.
celebrate.
Yeah.
And my daughter-in-law is in charge of decorating our boat. So
Okay, good.
we'll be in it.
All right, good.
My wife's got a Lady Liberty outfit.
Really?
I've got an Uncle Sam outfit.
Oh my gosh,
So.
you got to send pictures. We got to put that on there. Everybody's going to want to know what that looks like. But I do think something that's kind of interesting about it, I want to say that other groups have partnered with it in a way.
Yes.
So I think everybody was concerned there'd be so much going on the 4th, must be.
Right.
Because like Colonial Days of Painted Post,
Yep.
they celebrated with America 250.
Yep.
I know Hornby just celebrated 200, had a huge turnout up there. I guess that went really well.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good.
It was their bicentennial, but they had a
Yep.
part of it be America 250.
Right. That's cool.
So I think it's neat that people are almost partnering with it, if you will.
Yeah, and it's an important, it's an important milestone for our country, and with all the divisiveness that's going on across the country, this is something that I think we all should and could unite on.
I would hope.
And I would like to see more things coming, but I haven't heard of any.
No, and if you look at the coverage of like the Great American Fair or whatever it was called in Washington D.C., they want it to be a failure.
Yeah.
That's what's so sad about
Yeah.
it. You don't. It's almost like they scoff and laugh at people that have a flag on or
Right.
celebrate. That's
Yeah.
the problem. I mean, I
It's
guess there's nothing-
unfortunate.
Yeah, and it's the divisiveness of it. But it's stuff like that, the celebrations you'll be a part of, and so many people enjoying just 250. I think personally.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a very personal celebration, and this country's been through a lot in 250 years, but it keeps going.
It's remarkable.
The framers set it up right.
And of course, I think you have to do the PSA that everybody has to keep safe, right?
Yes. Well, yeah, and we started doing PSAs with WLEA and their parent company recently. where we have one member of our agency team up with a owner of a winery or a brewery or a distillery on Keuka, and they're doing PSAs together about have a plan. Come enjoy Steuben County.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, come enjoy Steuben County, but have a plan and drink responsibly while you're enjoying what we have to offer. And it's been very well received on the north end, but it's also playing in Rochester because we do get a lot of summer activity from that area. So we've started doing that with Stop DWI and in traffic safety funds and some local funds, and it's been very well received. I tried that 2 years ago, and it was a big hit.
And I like how fireworks season starts around mid-June now.
Yeah.
At least there's someone that goes to bed at 8 o'clock. Yeah. And it's weeknights now. It's not just on the weekends.
It's every night, yeah.
But they did expand it where there's more fireworks available, right? 'Cause it seems like back when in the radio days we talked about it, I think under Cuomo was like sparklers were about it and snakes, I think, right?
Now anything that's basically anything that's ground-based is good. So like the I don't want to be insensitive here with some of the colloquialisms, but some of the fireworks that go up in
I don't know. I don't say it then. I do think it's wrong. Okay. But
won't.
so if they explode in the air, but as long as they're based on the ground.
Right. They can't go up.
Yeah.
They can't be propelled.
Okay.
You're going to see them, and we're going to get a ton of complaints. And you know, again, please be safe and responsible in what you're doing, and keep your kids safe.
Because that's going to be so difficult to track that down, isn't it?
Well, yeah, because as soon as they see the marked car, then everything gets hidden. Yeah. And you know what's bad is when people lose digits or body parts because they're not being safe, or they consumed alcohol before they put them off.
They got a little crazy.
Yeah.
There's a lot of movement. So be safe. That's what
yes, be safe. Don't start any fires. Don't burn up anybody's boat.
No. all the type of stuff. All right. We got so much to talk about this morning. And I think we have a little time before I have to take a break. So we had our friends from Keuka College come on the other day, and they were talking about, we had a nice conversation. Annie, you know Annie. So they were on to talk about everything that you're doing with the New York Sheriff's Institute there. Tell us a little bit about what that, because when they came on, it was right at the very beginning. Right. They haven't really officially announced it. Yeah.
So we had the training. We had what's called Heroes Week. So we teamed up with the Sheriff's Institute, teamed up with the Mental Health Association of New York State and others to create a wellness week training. And we had people from Albany County to Chautauqua County and everywhere's in between, including docs, to come and learn not only how to be well themselves, but how to be a peer support counselor for others in their agency, and how to do the training that we provided to them, to their folks. And it was very successful. I talked to my counterpart from the Mental Health Association of New York State yesterday, and she said she's still getting contacted from people that were in the class.
That's great.
How much the self-care has helped them, and how influential it's been in their lives. So it was a very good week, and obviously we're raising money to build a wellness center at the camp on Keuka Lake. And while we're doing that, we were able to team up with Keuka College and use their facilities for that training, and we have some more retreats coming up. But it was amazing, and they're such great partners.
Oh yeah, well,
I mean, just fantastic to work with, and the people that came from Sing Sing. Yeah, they're like looking at Keuka Lake going,
can you imagine?
Yeah.
I didn't realize, and when I mentioned Annie, I meant Annie Stoll, who was here with us, but the president, Amy, was on, so I didn't want people to think I didn't know her name. She was great. It was so refreshing.
They were both awesome to work with.
It's so refreshing to see a college president talking about working with law enforcement. Anymore, it seems like every time we see a release or a statement from some college, even in our area sometimes, it's not the most positive.
It's not that way.
No. And they have, what a slice of heaven they have there.
They do. And like I say, I had to laugh. We had one lady that was from Sing Sing working for docs, and she came up, and it was on a Sunday when the Mennonite community were leaving church. Yeah. And she was like, I didn't know if I was in Alabama or North Carolina, but there's horse and buggies everywhere. She had no idea that New York State included our population. Yeah. And she was very funny, but she was one we got out on a kayak on Keuka, and
how much fun.
It was great. It was great. It really was. It was super rewarding.
And it kind of ties in, and we're going to talk about this later, so I'm going to keep people hooked, but a little bit about the Wellness Center.
Yeah.
Just about the unique opportunities for our law enforcement in this area. But we'll talk about that after we take a break. How's that?
Yeah.
All right. We'll be right back with Frankly Speaking. Stay with us. Frankly Speaking Roof Cam, brought to you by Boss Security and Horseheads. Contact them today for all your business and home security needs. We are back, broadcasting live from the Hesselson studio. In that studio, Sheriff Jim Allard. All right, we got a couple comments here. Ken writes in, a viewer asked what the RNC, Republican National Committee, is doing for the conservative voters. While I agree the Republicans always take a knife to a gunfight, I think we have to be honest about what can be achieved with most of the media and the Democrats on the Democrat side. If every Republican was a clone of Trump, the Dems would be able to achieve what they do, even with the corrupt legacy media on their side. But alas, this isn't the case. Republicans have to balance pushing the conservative agenda and protecting their families and lifestyle. Democrats don't have to worry about this most of the time. If we had a media complex that unbiased reporting the news, and if we didn't have opinion shows that flagrantly and intentionally mislead the public and tout themselves as news shows, Dems wouldn't have the power they do. There we go. All right, that was unrelated to you. All right. Good morning, Sheriff. Where do you stand on the impromptu poll? So our poll is scale of 1 to 10. Where you 10 being you can use the word proud of America or grateful for America or patriotic with America, and 1 being the least.
Oh, I'm a 10.
There we go. We're adding it to the list, I assumed.
I'm a 10. You know, my entire life, adult life, has been in public service. First in the armed forces, served in the Army Reserves, and then in policing here in Corning, and we have the best country in the world.
Absolutely.
There's no doubt in my mind. And like I say, we've had some bumps, we've had some struggles, the Civil War, for crying out loud. I had 2 great grandfathers that fought in the Army of the Potomac all the way through because it was important to finish the job.
Yeah.
This country's going to endure, and it's still better than anything else out there.
I know.
And you can pick and poke and worry and cry, and it doesn't change the fact that we're here.
Exactly. It's so frustrating when the media does focus on all the negatives. And again, when you think what we've accomplished in 250 years, it's amazing.
And you know,
that should be where the pride is.
Some of our worst moments, we fixed.
Yes, absolutely.
And we continue to fix
quickly.
And we're continually, we're like a good marriage. We're continually a work in motion.
There you go.
And it's never perfect. But it sure beats anything else out there.
I agree. I couldn't agree more. Now, we've had a couple other questions, and the question you normally get, any updates on the county? What's going on in the county?
0. Just waiting for the decision from when the county appealed the justice's decision.
Yeah, and that should be coming up pretty soon.
I would think.
Don't even have a time frame?
No. They operate on their own calendar.
Because I'm assuming, because I don't hear anything, that nothing's happened.
Right.
But at the same time, we've talked about this for so long. I'm waiting for that day where I get the message, right?
Yeah.
Just let's pull off the Band-Aid, for heaven's sakes.
It's been 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
Isn't that hard to believe?
Yeah.
What a nightmare. And I think at this point, I'm just speculating. You don't have to say anything. I would think the county doesn't want to come. I would think they'd want this to go away. It's quiet right now.
Yes, they would.
But the decisions were already made.
Right.
All right. So, having said that, hard hat enforcement. I saw this in your newsletter.
Yeah.
We talked earlier about being safe on July 4th. Tell us kind of about this initiative.
So we teamed up with DOT to provide a detail to enhance worker safety on the secondary roads. And, how important is that when we see what happened last week where a school bus hit a paver on one of the county roads? And actually, I've had conversations with our county DPW about doing the same thing with them. That paver where it got struck was where the driver sits.
Oh, my goodness.
And he just happened to be off while they were filling the paver, just luckily.
What a miracle.
Yeah.
Right?
And when the bus hit it and took the controls out and basically would have taken that person with it. So I think it's so important that we continually reiterate being safe in the work zones because, once May hits, it's construction season on the roadway.
Yeah.
And sometimes when we get in our own little world of having to get here and get there, we shortcut safety and to dire dire consequences on the roadways.
It is, because we've all been down there where we go down the road, and there's sometimes, out of necessity, they have to be so close.
So close to the cones or the barrels, yeah.
And you see someone that's speeding through there, you go, how do you, I'd be terrified to go faster than, I'm that guy that's going slower than they recommend, and you feel kind of like a jerk.
Right, because everybody's scary. On your butt behind you. Yeah,
it gets a little bit scary, but that's a great initiative, and also one that I kind of alluded to, and people are wondering why I didn't bring it up right out from break. But the Wellness Center, New York Sheriff's Institute Wellness Center, and so we mentioned you partner a little bit with Keuka College. Tell us about how that's going, because this has kind of been an ongoing story too.
Yeah, it's going really well. The fundraising's still going very well. We're going to have an open house up there for some major donors when the kids are there, so they can see it in action, both for the wellness and for the kids that go to that camp. Last week was week 1.
Okay, how's that
Chemung County went good.
Yeah.
Awesome. Ours go, I think, next week. And it's just an amazing thing to see these kids because they're completely unplugged.
That's got to be something.
For a week. Yeah. No Xboxes, no phones, no tablets, just nature.
Yeah.
And it's about 130 kids every week from all over the state.
Yeah.
We just got a really cool donation from the Presbyterian Church in Bath. They donated a bunch of sheets and pillowcases for the camp.
How great is that?
Yeah. And we continue. The Office for the Aging does a clothing drive every year because some of these kids come from downstate with just what they got on their back.
Right.
And so there's a definite need there. But the Wellness Center is advancing. We've got a retreat scheduled in September there. And we're looking at stylizing retreats that tie in with the beauty of Keuka Lake.
Yeah.
And also with the training. We learned that when we did the Heroes Week training, is that we need to incorporate the lake more into that week-long training, more training outside, less training on PowerPoints inside.
Right.
And we heard that loud and clear from all the students, and we're going to incorporate that.
Oh, of course. I like that. It's almost like the update. You remember the show Gilligan's Island?
Yeah.
You said it's Xbox, no phones, no tablets, not a single luxury.
Yeah.
Like the theme song. That would be the updated version. But think of that, because we've heard the struggles, and it sounds like it went really well. But in the schools, when they weren't allowed to use their phones, it sounds like that. So imagine a whole week for some of these kids.
Yeah. It's really amazing, and some of them have never seen a lake.
Yeah.
They've never been swimming.
Or you think of the wildlife.
Yeah. Because, again, there's 32 acres with trails all through it.
Mm-hmm.
So they're either in the water or out doing.
Right. And when we talk about the fundraising, what's the time frame on that? How long before? Because it's already started, right?
Yes.
I mean, so it's not. This is just to improve.
Well, we've raised about $2 million so far.
That's great.
And we want to raise about another $4 million. To really be secure in our construction, and we already have the plans. We're shovel ready.
Yeah.
So we're on our big push right now to get those final major donors across the line and be able to start putting that up, because I think it's going to be life changing.
Yeah, if Musk is watching. Make a quick.
That's
donation.
Right. Come on, Elon.
Come on.
Dig in that wallet.
What is that? $4 million?
Yeah.
That's nothing. That's like buying a cup of coffee. Probably not even. But will there be a time? Because I know at first, like any of these kind of major projects, it'll be kind of the bigger donors at first to make sure everything's going well. Will there be an opportunity for people that aren't Elon
Anybody
Musk
can right now?
Oh, that is
if
now.
you go to the New York State Sheriff's Institute webpage, you can donate. There's a QR code there. You can donate, or you can send a check to New York State Sheriff's Institute. It's on the address is on the website, but it's Elk Street, Albany.
Okay.
And just put for Wellness Center in the notes, and it'll go right to that.
And going back to the kids that are attending right now, how many counties participate in it?
Every county in the state of New York.
Every county?
Yeah.
Okay, so wow.
Yeah, we have buses that pick up in the Hudson Valley and down near the city and bring them up here when it's their turn.
Wow. All right, we got to take a short break. That's cool. I just think that's such a fun. And the weather's been perfect for it.
Yeah.
For kids. I mean, maybe this week's a little hot, but still for kids out there having fun.
Lots of sunscreen and lots of lake time.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, we got to take a short break. Stay with us. We'll be right back with Frankly Speaking here on WYDC TV, Big Fox. The Frankly Speaking Roof Cam, brought to you by Boss Security in Horseheads. Contact them today for all your business and home security needs. We are back broadcasting live from the Hesselson studio. In that studio, Sheriff Jim Allard. All right, we got still plenty to cover. We got a lot of topics. First of all, we were talking off the air. This is exciting. You had a graduation party to go to.
Well, this weekend the party is,
weekend?
And that's, I kind of want to touch on that too, and just remind all of our new graduates.
Yeah.
It seems like every year we hear of a tragedy where someone is out after graduation and does something that they're not prepared or capable of doing, and it ends up horribly tragic. Please take that extra second. Don't get in the car with someone who's been drinking. Don't be that person who becomes a headline.
Right.
And let's all be safe throughout this graduation season. With that said, my niece was graduated from Campbell Savona, Emma Allard, and was valedictorian.
Congratulations.
So it was very nice to see. And I know her parents are both very proud. They were both valedictorians of their classes.
Wow.
So there you go.
There we go.
I think it was kind of expected.
Yeah, exactly. That's one. But going back to what you're saying, because I know we've talked about this the last couple times you've been on the show, and I just got an email from Joe Sampolinski that we got to worry about the Steuben County Fair signups again.
Yeah.
You like it? I got to be at the Republican booth.
So I bought a cowboy hat when I was in Omaha.
Oh, did you really?
I'm going to be wearing that.
That's
it's a fair this year.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
But no, I joke. I love doing the fair. Seen the pig race. Everybody knows that. They watch this program. But I think it's so moving when you first come in and you get to see Emily's Challenge.
Yeah.
Like, what a great location for it. Because people, I know it tours everywhere now, but I'm sure there's a lot of people that have never seen it before, never had the opportunity to see it before, and can see it at the fair.
Yeah, she's been to over 25 school districts this year.
Wow.
And, I don't know how she does it, because it's heart-wrenching.
Yeah.
She gives her own personal account of losing her daughter.
Right.
And then plays the video and then takes the kids out to see it, and she estimates she's reached over 3,000 students.
That's great.
This spring, and again, if it saves one life, holy moly,
Yeah.
it's absolutely worth it.
And I would recommend anybody go see it wherever.
Yeah.
Because I know it's been at schools, but also I think it's being requested all over our areas.
It is, yeah. Yates County Fair asked for it. Steuben, obviously, we're going to have it there, but she's been to. With it, she's been to two different statewide traffic safety conferences. They've asked her to display with it, and she'll be at another one this fall in September. So it's the cool thing is, since we presented on it last spring, and now there's one started up on Long Island.
Okay.
That we kind of gave them the blueprint on how to do it.
Yeah.
And there was another one in the Hudson Valley that's getting ready to go. So, again, I'm extremely proud of the work that our folks did to make it, and that Kim does when she Dispatcher Clark does when she takes it on the road.
Yeah, it's, again, highly recommend it. If you go to the fair, stop over. Okay, I got a question from a viewer. So what happened to the bus driver? Was that like a very high fine?
Well, nothing's been adjudicated yet.
Right.
We sent out our accident crash reconstruction team to fully document what happened. And, then once that is completed, and if there's charges, they'll be levied then.
Gotcha. And they also added, and I haven't heard this specifically, but an update on the nurse that was her at Elmira Correctional. Did you see that? Phil was talking about it. I don't know the specifics of it, but I think it can paint a larger picture of a conversation we can have about the Halt Act and things like that. But they're saying there's no punishment for the convict. I haven't heard that. But either way, I know, and they say thanks, Governor. When you look at the rules, and I know we've struggled with correction officers, finding corrections officers.
Yes.
And you look at every time Albany's in session, I know I say it every time, but that they're tying the hands of law enforcement.
Well, and we've talked about this before. Last year was the worst year in the history of correction officers in the corrections realm in the state of New York, and they did zero to correct it. They made it worse because they tried to pass legislation that said that the officers have to be scanned.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, on entering the facility.
Like they're the ones bringing in the
they're the ones that are bringing in the contraband.
Yeah.
In this demonization of law enforcement across our state government, from the attorney general to the governor and back. has caused such a rift in our culture for people to get into that public service. I just did an article or an interview with USA Today on this very topic, and when I talk about how difficult it is to recruit, again, we're getting ready for another deputy. We just had another deputy exam where we're going to be all fighting over the same 7 or 8 people.
Yeah, but it's okay. It's true.
It's what it is.
Yeah.
And then, the state police comes in and offers double what we pay.
Yeah.
It's a little difficult for young people to not take that.
Sure. But wouldn't you look at the history, the track record with Hochul and like that and say maybe it's better off at the county level? I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I would think.
Well, so everything they pass is based on Rikers Island.
Yeah, exactly.
Which they were going to close 10 years ago, and it's still going.
Yeah, I think Mom Donnie said the other day it's not quite on track to close yet.
Yeah,
it's
never going to close. But Rikers has its own set of issues, which are completely different than any upstate jail.
Of course.
And compared to state prisons, our jails are cleaner, they're better, they're newer, they're better kept. Everything about our county jails far exceeds anything the state does.
Right.
Yet all of our regulations and changes in how we operate come based on what the state does.
Right.
So it's incredibly frustrating for every sheriff because every sheriff has to have a jail.
Right. Also, I don't know if I'm sure you've been seeing the reporting, and I talked with Phil Pompasano, but it's affecting this area too. With this raise the age, when we talk about, I mean, you've got these young people's lives who are being ruined because of decisions coming out of Albany. Young, impressionable kids being recruited into gangs or just falling in with a bad crowd, and it's destroying them.
And then they go, so if you're a 17-year-old and you're accused of a violent felony, you're going to a specialized secure detention, typically around a major urban center.
Right.
And it's like going to college for crime.
Yeah.
Because everybody you're in there with is the most dangerous 17-year-olds
that you're gonna
in the state.
Yeah.
And and they take them. So we've had to take kids that are in secure detention to New York City and to Long Island because there's no beds.
Right.
Well, how's the family supposed to deal with that and support that child?
Great point. Yeah.
When they can't even find them? And then we have to send deputies down to get them, to bring them back to family court, to take them back. So it's cumbersome on the system. It's incredibly expensive. Yeah. And it's worse for the child than what we had before. At least if you're in the local jail at age 17, your parents can come visit you.
Yeah, exactly. And you might not be getting like you said, the worst kind of tutorial.
Right.
I mean, really.
Yeah.
I'm so concerned with the young people that are getting messed up in the gangs, because why wouldn't these gang members are smart?
Yeah.
Criminally smart. And they're going to say, well,
it's
you're not
called
going to get in
organized crime by happenstance.
Yeah, exactly. So, and also last time we talked, because I think it was soon after the budget and the end of session, it seems like the DOJ is going to look into the ICE, the new laws against ICE.
I hope so.
Yeah, I hope.
It's so dumb.
It really is. Tom Homan, though, our buddy.
He's ready to go.
He's your friend, but he's ready to go. But again, it goes back to this idea of taking the masks off when we see the doxing that these people went to private citizens. Well, they are private citizens that just happen to work for ICE and having their lives attempted to be destroyed.
Yeah. Well, and again, they've got families, they've got kids.
Yes.
They don't want their face plastered across the internet.
No, and they don't deserve that at all for keeping us safe. But we mentioned about the issue with the corrections officers and their safety. How has recruitment went?
We're doing better than we were.
Okay.
But we're still a good 10 to 12 down.
Okay.
From where we need to be. That's full-time positions. But that's better tthan 16 to 18 down.
Right. So that's true.
We're making progress slowly but surely. But we still have a ways to go.
Yeah. Well, let's take a short break. We'll be right back with Frankly Speaking here on WYDC TV, Big Fox. Frankly Speaking Roof Cam, brought to you by Boss Security and Horseheads. Contact them today for all your business and home security needs. We are back, broadcasting live from the Hesselson studio. In that studio, we have Sheriff Jim Allard, if I can find right camera there. Okay.
And I didn't even hit anything yet.
I know. You've been very good. You've been very well behaved this morning. We have a couple of things that I think people are looking for updates on because we've talked about them a couple times, but I think I missed it. How is the planning going for the trail run? It's called Beyond the Call, Saving Lives Through Wellness. And this goes to benefit the wellness camp, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we've been talking about that this morning. So tell us how that's going.
So that's going really well. We got a good boost. I just had another sheriff text me yesterday that he's got a team he's bringing.
Oh, good.
From all the way from Chautauqua County.
Ooh.
Yeah. And so it's finally starting to get some momentum with registrations. But this was the idea of Under Sheriff Bianco of Schuyler County using the Watkins Glen International.
Great place.
Yeah, and they're having a motocross event. I think they already had it up there, so the trail's going to already be established. But he said it's a no-joke run.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a 5K and a 1.5 mile family-friendly run also. Everybody that participates will get a challenge coin, and all proceeds are going to go to the wellness center. So I'm excited about it. I'll be up there that day, and I'm trying to talk my son into letting me sign up my grandkids.
Oh, yeah, you should. No, absolutely no doubt you should. It's Sunday, July 12th, and that's the thing. This time of year, I think people get
It's
nervous.
busy.
Yeah, people go, oh, someone's not registering or someone hasn't bought tickets for this event or whatever.
Yeah.
Because there might be 20 things going on the same weekend.
Yeah.
We see it.
Yeah.
It's like we never learn. We know it's this way every summer.
Yep.
But it's a 3-mile race, and then, so let's see. You must be 13 years old to compete. 1.5
In the
mile,
5K, yeah.
And the 1.5 mile race, that's for anyone. You must be 6 years old, I would
Right.
think. I think that kind of goes without saying.
Yeah.
Looking here that they have runsignup.com. We heard about that. I guess that's
Yes.
common. If you're familiar with 5Ks and marathon things like that, you can find it right there. It's
Well, we were
beyond the
very
culture.
fortunate. Sheila Sutton, who's been on your show
Great.
before
Oh,
with the
numerous
wine
times.
glass, she's running this for us. She's donating her time.
And she's an
Yeah.
expert.
Yes.
If anybody can pull this off, it's definitely her. And so, again, it's called Beyond the Call Trail Challenge when you look it up on Run Sign Up. And I think it's just going to be, if you're going to run, you're going to exhaust yourself anyway. It might as well be a beautiful view and a fun time at Watkins Glen.
That's right. Yeah.
It's one thing to do it there, and I think it's a great idea. So you'll have to let us know how it goes, but anything that we can do to keep raising funds for the Wellness Center, we want to learn more about.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, and on the different side of the coin, the 10th annual, this is hard to believe, 10th annual, I think we've talked about it every year, 10th annual Law Enforcement Memorial Golf Tournament.
Yes. Yes.
You've got a busy summer.
We do have a busy summer. That's the trail run, then the county fair, then the golf tournament, and again that raises funds for the Sheriff's Foundation, specifically for the Memorial Park.
Mm-hmm. And this is there's something you need to know. If you're going to sign up a team, there has to be one member. What is it, of law enforcement? On
Either
the team?
active or retired member of law enforcement on your team. Yep.
Okay, and you sign up. And I thought I had all the information. It's Friday, August 28th.
Yes,
it's a fun time.
it is. It's a
So
great
I'm not
time.
I mean, I mess around golfing sometimes, but last year just going up and hanging out and seeing it, it's a little competitive.
It gets very competitive.
Yeah.
You've got some last year's team that won had come in second place for like 6 years.
Yeah.
And could never. And then last year I think they got a ringer in.
I was gonna say, I think they got a couple of ringers in.
And they finally won.
Yep.
And I was so happy for them.
Yeah, and the other thing is it's great food. I've been
It
in
is.
tournaments before.
Yeah.
And you normally get the hot dog or whatever, but then
Yeah.
you go to this, it's like it's an all-you-can-eat buffet.
Yeah, well, it's Corning Catering.
Of course,
And
according
we
to
know
Billy
that
Spalding.
when Billy Spalding's involved, it's going to be wonderful.
Yes, and people are taking home. That's how much was
Yeah,
left over.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's worth it just for the food.
Oh, it's a great time and great food and a great cause, too.
It really is, and that's in reference to if people haven't been before. But that's when you have your big memorial service. That's the same part
Yes.
that you're talking about.
Yes, in the one that's attached to the public safety building that has the granite statues listing all of those that we've lost.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And I know we talked about it last time, but there was another great turnout. Everything went well
Yes.
this year.
Yeah, it went very well.
Yeah.
The weather was perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've been really lucky this year.
We have been.
So it's the best place is to mail a check to Steuben County Sheriff's Foundation. If you don't have the information, or if you want to find more about it, I can get you a copy of the sign-up sheet.
Yep.
It's, team captain, three other members, and just sign up for a fun day on August 28th.
P.O. Box 911, Hornell, New York.
Perfect. How'd that work out? How did
Worked
you
out
get
well.
that one? P.O. Box 911. All right, we got to take our last break, and then we return. So get your last-second comments in and your last-second impromptu poll numbers where you stand in pride of America. Stay with us. Frankly Speaking Roof Cam, brought to you by Boss Security and Horseheads. Contact them today for all your business and home security needs. We are back, broadcasting live from the Hesselson studio. In that studio, Sheriff Jim Allard. Couple last-minute questions. It's hard to believe it. This goes quick whenever you're on the program. All right. So, the last couple times we've talked, the reorganization going on behind the scenes. How's everything going?
Everything's going really well. I'm very impressed how everyone has stepped up and is fulfilling their new roles.
Yeah.
And it's been kind of seamless. We've been very, very lucky. One of my things that when we just did a corrections supervisor course where I got to have them for 8 hours for ethics. And one of my messages is if you haven't developed and prepared your successor, you're not doing your job as a supervisor.
Right.
At any level. And it would appear that the message had been heard because everybody's doing a really good job that's moved up, and I couldn't be more proud of the work that they're doing.
And like you said, if you're prepared for that, but it's still got to be a little learning curve.
It
still seems pretty seamless.
Well, you don't see behind the curtain of the next level until you get there.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, Under Sheriff Logston is doing phenomenal. He has stepped up. It's funny. He represented me up at Monroe County Crime Analysis Center board meeting, and the sheriff from Ontario County called me afterwards, and he goes, "Hey, your new guy squared away. He asked all the right questions.
Oh, great.
He represented well.
Yeah.
What a great choice."
Yeah.
And when you get that validation from outside, it's even more gratifying to hear.
Well, you can even tell with the golf tournament, things like that. Like just a few times I met him, he's working hard.
He's
got big
works
shoes
very
to fill.
hard. He's a hard worker.
Yeah. He's got big shoes to
He
fill,
does.
but he's doing it.
Yeah.
So good for him.
Yep.
Also, and I always want to use this because it's one of the things I do in the morning. I joke, I check Wordle, I play my Wordle, and then I check out the app. But everything's going good with the app. Still getting the numbers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Phenomenal.
I see a lot of places. I'm not saying they're stealing it from you at all, but I see a lot of people have initiated the same, and it even looks the same.
It does, and we've always been very outgoing in our social media at the sheriff's office, and I'm seeing that across the state now too, because a lot of times that's the only way you can get the word out.
Yeah.
And we just added the animal abuse registry to our app.
Yeah.
And I fully expect that to start getting used soon. And we were very fortunate. I talked to the sheriff in Niagara County, who's a friend, and they already had it on their app. So he sent us all of their policies, their forms.
Yeah.
All we got to do is change letterhead, basically. So I was very grateful for that we were able to set that up with a minimum of lift.
When you raise a great point, because we were talking about at the beginning of the program in a weird way about the media, there's just not the coverage sometimes.
No.
And when you look at the app, you get all that information right at your fingertips, and you don't need, all the background. You have it right there.
Right. Yeah.
That's why I think once I learned about it, I like I said, I joke, but I do check it quite frequently. And the animal abuse,
people do.
I know, you see the numbers. The animal abuse registry, I know that is relatively new, and we talked the last time you were on. There just happened to be around that time, like quite a few.
Yeah, we had like 3 or 4 investigations right on the tail of that, and it wasn't to promote it. It was just they go where they go.
Yeah, isn't that strange? But
Yeah.
so you think that's going to be running here? Because I haven't checked it yet. Is it running pretty smooth, or is it in the process?
Well, it's up. We haven't had anyone directed by the courts to register with us yet.
Gotcha.
So once that starts happening, then they'll be on there, and it's a pretty easy ad for us.
Yeah. Oh, good. And finally, before we go here, the staffing analysis.
Yep. On Monday, we'll be presenting to the Public Safety and Corrections Committee. And again, Under Sheriff Logston has done a phenomenal job of gathering data, putting it together, graphing and charting and all of those things. But across the county, we have fewer police officers than we've ever had.
Yeah.
So our goal is simply to have 2 deputies per 500 square mile zone at any given time. And that's what we're.
To ask.
No, it's not. And I think all indications from the legislatures is that they're overwhelmingly in support of it. So rather than try to do a big chunk right now, our goal is to add 2 deputy positions per year for the next 5 years.
Yeah.
And space it out so that it's budgetable, it's foreseeable, that's not a big drain on the taxpayers. And
it was supported last year, right?
It was.
Yeah, I thought so.
It was. So they wanted more data. We got the data that they wanted, and it all supports that decision. So I don't expect to see anything but collaboration on this.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to be able to get the help that the citizens deserve, because when you're waiting 20 minutes for an emergency, that's a long 20 minutes.
Yeah, Steuben County is a really big county.
It is. We have 3 patrol zones, and each one's 500 square miles.
Yeah.
Each one's bigger than Chemung County.
Yeah.
So when you think of it that way,
It's a little startling.
it is. And, it's scary. And once you see it, you can't unsee it.
Right. Right. That's very true. And I would think that would be something that should be easily supported, because I know the people
Yes.
would support it.
Yes, and they do. And in all the town board meetings I've been, that's the number one thing I hear is we want more deputies.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. Because it does seem, unfortunately, especially when summer breaks, we always talk about it, but crime does go up.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's when it's top of mind. Well, I think that does it for today. That went quick. We covered a lot.
We did.
Yeah.
We always do.
Yeah, we do. So happy
Yep.
again, July 4th. Tell
Yes.
everybody have safe out there. I've got Congressman Nick Langworthy on the program tomorrow.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. I see he's doing, he's looking for heroes.
Yeah, like hometown hero type
Yep.
story. And we're going to talk to him about that. I thought that'd be a great way to go into July 4th.
I may have sent a nomination in.
Oh, yeah?
I did.
Oh, cool.
I'm not going to say yet because I don't want to,
Yeah.
in case they don't get it.
I know how many people are tuning in right now. Saying, is he talking about me? They're all saying right now. Well, if it does, we'll make sure to break it here on the program.
Yeah.
Well, happy July 4th. Stay safe. And I
Yes.
can't wait. You got to send pictures in the costume.
I will. I'll send
right.
you pictures.
All right.
And please, everyone, have a safe July 4th holiday. Have a safe Independence Day weekend. Have a plan. Be responsible. Let's avoid tragedies.
I couldn't agree more. We'll talk to you soon.
Yep. Thank you.
All right. Join us tomorrow morning. Congressman Nick Langworthy will be our guest.